Alright, so we lost it again. And he's about 20 matches ahead of us now. So if you're keeping track, we traded it back and forth yesterday at Memorial Day. So he lost it for the first time, the Pac-Maniac Championship, which is the Eastern United States. The United States as a whole and the Global Championships united. So that was dismantled last night during Memorial Day. And then we took it back last night in the middle of the night. So we're going to keep doing the way that we're doing, where we're going to go all the way up to taking it, and then we'll cut it, and then we'll go and we'll show you the title victory. So this is the training to get back up there again. Let's go ahead and look and see and do the math. You do the math. Let's do the math. Just know, Pig, you're not going to keep the belt like this too many more times. We're going to get the point where we're going to push back ahead of you, but we're not going to let you get 33 hours back ahead of us, that's for sure. 102,871. Yeah. A pack stack, so about an hour and a half ahead. Oh, more than that. 1526 divided by 75. 20 games, a little bit more than that. So, well, he's got a little bit over 2 hours head start, so let's go ahead and knuckle down. I'm sorry that we're not doing the recap show right now because we're not the champion right now. We have to worry about chasing it back down, but... Hey William, how are you? It was a rough one yesterday. We got another L. We got pretty much 2 L's from not having the console on right. Well, I'm really glad to hear that, William. It's been pretty rough here too in the lab. It's just been very stressful the last couple days, unfortunately. Just lots of emotions going on and stuff, just because of everything coming up for us and everything. It's just been a little bit stressful, but we hope that you feel better today, and we're glad that we are making your day a little bit better. Sorry we lost the title a couple times. We lost it yesterday and then gained it back and lost it again this morning, and now we're going to go try to get it back again. So hopefully we can do that. Excuse me. All right. Well, William, we'll try to dedicate getting the title back to you feeling better, bud. Because he's only about 2 hours ahead of us, so we just have to put in the work to catch up and know that no matter what, their stamina is off because we slept. So we got the bell back and we slept several hours, and they obviously had to grind 2 hours ahead of us, so stamina wise we're ahead and they're behind. So that's how you have to look at it. Yeah, life flows around it, William. I mean, we're going to push. It's not that bad. There's only one person we're competing against. You can clearly see the next person has 61,000 experience points. So, we're already up here in this crazy stratosphere. So, I'm not stressed about that. We have a goal by 4th of July. to see which between the two of us who, and he doesn't know this unless he's looking it up, but we're going to see between the two of us which can hit a 500,000 rating between now and 4th of July. So I've already done the math, and I know that I'm definitely going to do it. I mean, we're gonna put the Vid-Bits on top, and it's gonna be for legendary reasons. We'll be the first people to hit 1 million rating. But I'm just saying it right now that for sure we're gonna be the first people to hit 500,000 by July 4th. I know that for a fact. I know that in my heart. I'm 100% sure. Losing the championship, it means something, but you know, working harder to get it back means more, guys. So I mean, right now, in case you didn't know, Monday, May 27th at 8:05 p.m. we lost the title for the first time to MintDaddyPig. Tuesday, May 28th, about 1:30 a.m. we regained it, so we got starting our second reign. This morning at 5 a.m. he took it back because we were sleeping, so he didn't do what we did. We waited for him every time. We actually went all the way up until when he could have had a chance to, like 100 steps, so we gave him almost a whole day before we took it. Then we waited, and then we took it, so it's a dirty pool a little bit. But we lost it back to him at 5 a.m. this morning, so now we're going for the 3rd championship reign when we beat him here, so it's just an interesting story. We're just trying to make it more interesting. You know, sometimes titles change hands in the house show. That's just the way it is. So we're not trying to, you know, do anything like that, but we're trying to at least give it respect to where he's been and where he's at. And right now, again, he's about 2 hours ahead of us. So a little bit more than that. So he keeps going. So now I hope that he just realizes that he's behind the 8 ball, considering the fact that you know, I've slept more, and I woke up into this. So he's in the throes of taking the title and trying to run away with it, and now I'm in the throes of chasing it, taking it back, and seeing how far I could run away with it. So it's interesting. It's still interesting, guys. I hope that you're interested still. Now you're getting to see me chase it a little bit. So I'm just trying to find my best way to deal with it, and I'll be just fully transparent. I'm just trying the best way to help us launch this esports brand that just came out of nowhere, and also not overextend us and make it so that the Vid-Bits are too diversified, because Braden and me have put a lot in this channel in the last 2 years, but also an opportunity to be the best in the world at anything, and then inspire people to try to do that too, is definitely part of the story. So I'm trying to balance both of them, and I know that it may seem like it doesn't make sense right now, but this stuff eventually will be all mitigated over to the Pops Plays channel, except for like maybe 1 or 2 smaller episodes on the Vid-Bits channel a day, because I know that there's people that want to see it, but it's a good way for us to, you know, update you guys about what's going on with the rest of the channel a couple times a day, but also bring attention to the Pops Plays channel, which will be this stuff, and then any type of e-league sports stuff like speedrun contests or leaderboard contests. So like I really feel like the Pac-Man stuff is just giving us a chance to get our feet in the sand over there in that realm, because there isn't a lot of esports people. Like, it's just, you hear about FaZe Clan, you know what I mean? You hear about Moist Esports now. So like, we're throwing our name in the hat in a different way, our hat in the ring in a different way with this, to show that esports can be presented in a different way than first-person shooters and strategy games. So, you know, I get that there may not be enough people to support a Pac-Man league, but there has to be, considering the fact that there's over 3,000 people playing this right now trying to chase the #1 spot. So if there's 3,000 people, I don't know 3,000 people in FaZe Clan. I don't know 3,000 people that are doing first-person shooter stuff and real-time strategy stuff in the competitive esports league. So I'm just saying, like, I think that for attractability, sponsorships should not always be trying to attract whoever is the most visibly viable for the marketing campaign. Shouldn't sometimes the marketing campaign just be the activity that they're just really good at, presented well? And that's where my heart is this. I know there's gamers right now that are in their basements that aren't visually presentable, because they don't have the self-esteem to get there, they don't have the support system to get there, because they don't ever feel like anything that they're doing is useful. So those people that are working their ass off to be the best gamer in the world, even if they want to throw a wrestling mask on, or they want to play a character when they get the recognition, just so they can get the recognition now, because obviously they're working hard towards the accomplishment. I guess that's the whole point of Vid-Bits esports, is that we're trying to revolutionize and change the game's perception as to what a gamer is, and it's not just about a marketability as to how they look and how attractive they are, as far as like the sales of, you know, cat ear, you know, headphones and this specific style shirt or whatever. It's just also the person that's got acne, and then, like, you know, or like me, I have a lazy eye, and I'm you know, from the 80s, so like, you know, it just looks like somebody's gonna make fun of me when they see me in real life, and I'm still prepared to be out there in the real world when we get, you know, the visibility. But I really it took a long time for me to like get past my insecurities with how I looked, and now my gaming accomplishments could make it so that we get recognition. And my concern used to be like, how do I feel when people start giving me crap about my lazy eye? And now I'm like, no, we need to get out there in the public eye so people know that the Vid-Bits exist and they're doing the things that they're doing for the gaming culture. And it may seem big and huge and scary that we're the new kids on the block, and it's all of a sudden, and you didn't know who we were 2 years ago. But it's, if you have a fucking voice, it's important to use it wisely, considering the fact that you never know when you'll have it again. So we just happen to be gifted here to be able to do amazing video game feats, and you just don't know what we're all that we're capable of yet. And it's not out of cockiness, it's just out of when you practice all these things forever for so many years by yourself, and you know that you're capable of doing them, then it can seem like it's cocky when you're saying that you can do them. So I guess in order to not keep to put my money where my mouth is, over the next 8 weeks, you're going to see me start to catalog and do all these amazing things that I know that I can do, just so that we can keep having some more things to tout at you know, Vid-Bits esports, so that you guys can see what our wall of cred is. I mean, if I just have to say base right now that I can prove tangibly I'm one of the best, if not the best player in the world currently at this game, then also I'm 9th in the world at DuckTales at a speedrun capacity on one specific format. Yes, it's the Xbox format, but it's still something that it can be tangibly switched over to every other format if I just get an adaptable controller where it's not inconsistent across the formats. I'll fucking put the score up across all the formats for the Vid-Bits. And then my son is in the top 20. So Braden is 18. I'm 9 and he's 18. I'm second out of 9th place. I'm second in America. So like there's other things besides this, you know what I mean? And like when Nintendo World Championships comes out in July, there will be that too, that we will put the time into to show you that when I say the metrics of leaderboards and speedruns, we have the skill to back it up. So it's not just bullshit that we are like this, we want to be esports and he got a Pac-Man record. So no, like Braden's amazing at Mappy, he's amazing at Dragon's Lair, I'm amazing at Mario speedruns, Mega Man. Like, I haven't adapted other people's tech, and I have great timing and stuff, so if I just study other people's tech, I'll be right there in the game. I just want to do it on my own. It's my pride, I guess. So we're talking about Vid-Bits esports and what we're going to do for the game, and we really just want to adapt to people that are already in there trying to do it and be part of that, so that, because we have no funding. We're completely just, we're funded under the motivation that you guys know that this can happen. We're funded under the fact that we'll put enough accolades to the name where people will not have any choice but to take our ability to compete seriously, and then I guess fucking Fields of Dream this bitch. If you build it, they'll come. So like everything else that we're doing here in the Vid-Bits, we'll just keep manifesting it into existence by talking about that exists, even though it doesn't seem tangible, because you're like, why do you guys keep talking about shit when you have nothing? We don't. We have like $92 in the Vid-Bits bank account, and it's all rolled by you guys and what we've generated from ad revenue. And like I've said, this first one completely gets cashed out for the Nintendo Switch, and then the leftovers get, you know, divided against you guys. And then the next time that we fill the bank moving forward, it's an 80-20 split between me and Braden and you guys. So, you know, minus overhead and taxes and all that. So it's just one of those situations where you just have to keep sacrificing, doing it for just the love of the game, and just know that you have to have faith and keep the faith, man. So we're trying to continue to keep the faith here, and I know that it seems crazy, and I hope that, you know, even though you may not understand it, that you love hanging out here today, and you'll like, share, and subscribe, that this crazy guy and his son are, you know, trying to change YouTube one day at a time, one game at a time, and one mind at a time, one gamer at a time, you know. And yeah. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video as I try to get right back up against the door, and I don't know how long he's going to min-max against me, but like I said, he's only got a 2-hour head start, but that's still, you know, I went right up and took the title, and then I went to sleep to give him a chance, and, you know, he woke up and just ran with it, so. 21 games, yep. Yeah, it's like about, almost 2 hours ahead of me, so we're gonna just keep chasing him until he gets tired, and we're gonna close the gap and take it back. That's what we do here. I'm just looking to get a secondary streaming setup so that I don't affect Game of Day May for the rest of the month. I don't affect Braden's Conquest for the rest of the month, or for the goal to get to 500,000. You know, the 500,000 goal is going to be contingent upon me being able to get a secondary streaming setup. So I don't know how that's going to happen, but I just know it is. If not, I will just start liquidating the collection so that I can afford it, because it's important to me to hit my mark, not only for you guys, but for me. You know, I really want this for me. I know I want this for you guys. I want this for Pac-Man's legacy, but I know that if I can stay on pace, then this little shit where he's chasing me just never happens again. I will demotivate you, Pig. Like, you demotivated me to push me into insane stretches to close the gap that you had, which was, again, I didn't go back to quantify it, but I knew it was over a day. And I just kept pushing so long when you got off on your sessions that when you came back, it was just like your comfortable 200 game lead shrunk to 100 something games, shrunk to 100. Then I let you have 100 games to try to get on and defend your honor. And I pushed right through the door, and I pushed right past the door, and then I took it for like 3 days. And then because I was just trying to be nice about it, you took it back. And then I was trying to be nice about it, and I took it back to make sure that you had a chance to compete, and then you just took it back by a couple hours. So now you've shown me that you're hungry for it, Pig, so I'm going to take it back. You may get it one more time after that, but we're playing tug of war one more time with this championship. Because it's not the championship to you, maybe. I don't know where you're at, but I know I have the Eastern United States, the United States as a whole, and then you just now took your global championship back. I took it back, and you just took it back again. So I'm taking this back for everyone. I'm going to try my best to not relinquish it, and once I run away with it in the way that I'm going to run away with it, you're going to have no choice but to just realize that the Vid-Bits are superior in this game, and you're going to have to either just deal with being the best in your area and second best in the world, or you're going to have to find a way to want it more than us. And I just don't see that happening, because if anything else, I'm using this as the catalyst to push off, you know, Vid-Bits esports. So it's really important for that, and for everybody that believes that they can be an amazing world-class speedrunner, or they can work on leaderboard scores, and there's ways to do it tangibly with people that are going to have your back and, you know, want to see you succeed. Know that the drive of all those people are more than the 2-hour head start that you have, because, you know, every time we've gone head-to-head and it's been like, who's run away? I've ran away one time, and it was to trick you. Same thing last night. I posted up, you know, right when somebody taunted one of the message boards when you took the title, somebody taunted me right about that time and called it, said Pac-Man, Pac-Man. Yeah, because I am playing Pac-Man, and I'm the only one that's skin is Pac-Man in the game where everybody's supposed to dress up. So I know you know. Somebody's following me, and as much as I wanted to give up last night, that was motivating to hear that somebody said Pac-Man, Pac-Man right after you guys took the championship on Memorial Day, when I worked really hard to have enough lead to be able to enjoy my life a little bit that day. And not that I'm not enjoying playing Pac-Man, but it was Memorial Day, so I was trying to go out there and, you know, make sure I didn't mess with Braden's time for Elden Ring and everything. And then, of course, unfortunately, we just couldn't foresee and produce every scenario, so get done from the Memorial Day celebration, and there you did sneak away and steal it like a thief in the night, exactly like I said I wasn't going to do, because I gave you 8 hours to recognize I was coming for it, versus you just came out and got it, which is fine. Can't live my life online, but, you know, Pig, like, to be honest, you just don't have the stamina to keep the damn thing, so we'll just keep min-maxing against each other as we are right now, because you know I'm coming back for it, you know we're awake, so now you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going, you have to use the restroom, you have to eat, I already settled myself before this stream. I have a refrigerator stocked full of water. I have a refrigerator stocked full of food. I have a support system. So let's fluffin' go, baby. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Tuesday and you are enjoying the chase. That's what this is, guys. Whenever we lose the championship, it's the chase. And you know, you saw us on the road to it, so now we're just a little bit hungrier. We're still hungry, and we forgot our manners, as MintDaddyPig has about a 2-hour head start. So just know he's only up by about, you know, between an hour and a half and 2 hours right now is what we're chasing. So if we're running down the road of Pac-Land and we're seeing who's going to go to the finish line, it's far away. And as much as we were giving him 4 to 5 hours to chase us, now he's ahead of us by about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So no worries, no hurries. We have a full stream worth of time to catch him. And when we catch him and we pass him, we'll do what we did. We'll cut it and we'll start back over again until Elden Ring has to start for the day. Or I may throw out a quick episode of Game a Day Made just to get that in the can so that Bray can come home and just do Elden Ring, and then I can worry about the chase or I can worry about defense. But either way, we're in the throes of active competition. We're going through July 4th to try to get 500,000 dots and see, or 500,000 rating and see who can do it first. There's only 3 people in the conversation right now, and it's me, Kofi, and Mint. So, you know, if you want to follow along, please like, share, and subscribe with the Vid-Bits every day through July 4th. July 4th for sure is the cutoff for full-time content on this on the Vid-Bits channel. Again, it's going to probably be dropped down within the next week or so when we can lock down the lead, and then you won't have to worry about that. And then we'll go back to just the sportscast presentation, because again, it's more important to me to start to form the E-League, but I gotta get a comfortable enough league where I can start spending time doing that. There's stuff that needs to be done with like the bronze, the silver, and the gold divisions. They deserve some love. You know, because they're not, just because they're not the platinum or diamond or chomp champ divisions doesn't mean that they're not trying to work their way up, because honestly, the metric back in the day used to be bronze, silver, and gold like the Olympics, and then that would be good enough of a measuring stick, but we were just that much more elite with the Pac-Man thing by having the platinum, diamond, and chomp champ tiers. So, you know, so giving some love to anything other than the chomp champ tier would be great. And then eventually I'd like to cover all 6 brackets or the 5 lower brackets, you know, so, you know, maybe just the highest and the lowest will be getting coverage on the Vid-Bits channel in the form of pack snacks, and then that'll be 2 times a day. And then if you want to see lengthy sessions or defenses or chases, you'll see those on the Pops Plays channel. So if you haven't subscribed or liked or whatever Pops Plays, that's fine, but just know that that's where that'll be. And if it has little to no visibility, then it has little to no visibility, because honestly at this point it's just about keeping the legacy of the achievement alive, and the Vid-Bits know that. So, you know, if they want to see it, that's fine, but you know, I'm not trying to diversify the brand too much. I want to make sure that you guys can see what you want to see, but we're actively chasing to get the championship back right now. He's about an hour and a half to 2 hours ahead of us because we're doing matches at the same pace. As you can see, he's 21 matches up, or about 1600 rating, and that equals about an hour and a half to 2 hours of game time. So we're just going to keep chasing at min-max speed, which means we're winning the match and going right to the next one, and obviously he is as well. You know, to catch you back up if you didn't know, we're going for our 3rd reign. Our first was lost Monday, May 27th at 8:05 p.m. We lost it to him. We won it back last night about 1:30 a.m. and then we lost it back this morning about 5 a.m. and now we're waking up and going back for it, and we gave him a 2-hour head. He has a 2-hour head start. So now the chase is back on for the 3rd championship, and if you didn't know what the Pac-Maniac Championship is, it's the Eastern United States Division, the United States Division as a whole, and when we take the Global Division, those 3 belts together are the Triple Crown, or the Pac-Maniac Championship, and we just are now trying to get it back, man. It's almost like losing 2 of our 5 belts. You know, U.S. Eastern, United States, and then we have the $1 Million Championship, which we've lost, obviously, because if he's ahead of us, he has more money than we do. So, So being the league gets you the $1 million championship too. So now we only have, oh my god, we only have the, so we lost 3 belts essentially. We lost the global, the Pac-Maniac, which is the United Triple Crown, and the $1 million championship by losing this one. So he didn't just drop us down 1 title. We went from 5 to 2. So it's very important for you guys to know that that's what my motivation is. Also, we're going for 500,000 rating by July 4th. That please tell your friends. Like, share, and subscribe will be legendary for that, because obviously only me and Pig are even close. Kofi, the former United States champion, is close as well, but he's a bit in semi-retirement, so we got to bring him out a semi-retirement to make it interesting. If not, we got to run away with it so long and so far that we can continue to focus on Vid-Bits esports, which is fleshing out the brackets and the leagues and the visibility of the people in the bronze, silver, and gold leagues, so that we can get them up to the platinum or diamond, platinum, and then eventually Chomp Champ leagues, and motivate them up there, guys. So just know that that's what our goal is. Unfortunately, we can't worry about the recount ticker or the giving people props ticker when we're actively trying to chase. So I am focusing on just trying to get the belt back, which is again 2 hours behind. So like, share, and subscribe to let people know what's going on. I'll be playing min-maxing against him until he slows down, so I can close the gap. But it's about 21 games he's ahead, and he did that when I was sleeping, which is fine. It's totally fine. We've been playing. I felt like we were playing fair for the last couple days, but he clearly did not like the fact that when he lost it, I've taunted him with an 1.5 to 5 hour lead for the last 4 days, and so of course for him to be able to get a couple hours ahead of me, he is definitely loving that. So especially because it was Memorial Day when we lost it for the first time, and we were trying to keep it from Memorial Day to July 4th, but life happened, and we were just trying to live life a little bit yesterday since it was Memorial Day. And I'm not saying we're trying to take a victory lap per se, but we're motivating a lot of people in the city that we live in, and they know that we're doing this. I'm starting to get care packages in the mail and stuff now, and it just makes me feel amazing that there's people that are like, here's a little pick-me-up, or how can I support the Vid-Bits in their quest to stay #1, and all the other goals that we have. Well, it was amazing just to get a sack of goodies from a local curio shop, and some tasty treats, because they know that we're in the trenches, and we're not just doing it for us, we're doing it for the underdog, we're doing it for the voice of the voiceless, all those things, and it's a beautiful thing. And of course, I think along the way, I got a little too wrapped up in certain things, but it's just all about the Vid-Bits. It's all about me and Bray trying to be the amazing father-son gaming duo that I know that we can be, and just not put, when we want to put insurmountable odds and insurmountable pressures against us, because we know that when we can, achieve those, it just makes everything so much more special when there's meaning. I mean, before YouTube, I was just competing against leaderboards for just myself, and I still feel like that mentality is why I can do well, because I can pretend that nobody's watching. But then I know that there's other times that there's people that will be, and again, part of the motivation is there's people that will be performing well at games, doing speedruns and leaderboard stunts, and like they have no recognition, and they never will. And I'm tired of it. Like, I don't like JVeg199X, but he's across so many fucking platforms competing against me that he deserves to know that if he's not trying to tout himself as a world-class gamer, that he is, because I know that dude's name, and it doesn't matter if it's a Nintendo, a Sony, a Microsoft, or Steam. There's a chance I'm going to see him competing against classic arcade games on the leaderboard. So like, if we were in a huge arcade, there's a chance that any given day I'm going to see JVeg busting his ass trying to get a world-class score. So that mentality is why this needs to happen, and the fucking esports needs to be more than first-person shooters and real-time strategies. The real people that are doing the work are people like me, that are fracturing relationships, unfortunately, even to try to do something great. I have the most success in my lap ever right now with this company and my son, and the stress of me trying to keep #1 is not, it's stressing us out because I'm putting the stress against us, but we're only stressing out because I don't have a second streaming setup. Because I do not ever want to fuck his shit up. But that's how much I care about this company, but that's also how much I care about, I guess, inadvertently, esports. I never knew that. But God, if it doesn't suck that, esports is just people that are chugging energy drinks and just trying to be the best at real-time strategies and first-person shooters when there's people like me that's drinking water, trying to eat clean, and use this as like an Olympics to chase down this dream now to grab this championship for America against a guy that's clearly not from here, that's trying to hold it down. And I guess that's not like geographically, you know, being like, you know, I'm not trying to discriminate versus that. I'm just trying to, I guess, use patriotism and the motivation that you can do anything and believe in yourself, and the fact that people around me in my own city are doing that now. When I'm using my accomplishment last, I'm not wearing a shirt that says world's best Pac-Man player. Yes, I am wearing a little bit of merchandise, but I love this company. So, you know, we're not sponsored, but we're publicly appealing, and we actually have filed the paperwork to work for Bandai Namco. So it's not just a stunt. It's not just a gimmick. It is an image, and I live it. So I am the Pac-Man guy. Whoever fucking taunted me and when I said it, where he's still the champion a day or so ago. Because yeah, we've lost the belt now twice. But just know that MintDaddyPig, you are 2 hours ahead. We are the reigning United States Eastern Division and United States champion. There is stakes, and we're coming for you guys. So you better be ready to min-max all day. And if you're cheating, your karma will catch up. Because I am going to be able to pass the 20 game metric and more today, and you're not going to be getting this much of a comfortable lead again. It was my mistake to be a little bit forgiving in how much of a lead I gave you and how much of a chance. But you have 2 hours now, and you better enjoy it. You better keep that 2 hour ride ahead of me for the rest of the day, because I have, before it times out, 11 hours to beat you, and it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. If you guys want to be along for the ride, just continue to like, share, and subscribe to this stream, as you see that I slowly tick away at that 21 game lead that he has as we race to see who's going to be the champion by the end of the first half of this day. Also, we have a conquest continuing by Braden, where he did Dark Souls 3, the Dark Souls 3 DLC. Now he just started Elden Ring last night, and he's trying to finish Elden Ring to be right up against the line of where the DLC is released, the 21st of June for everybody else. And that's an amazing conquest and feat that we're going to be able to ride along with for him. Also, we have he has as a comfort game Red Dead Redemption that he throws in the rotation sometimes, and when I'm not actively chasing the title back, which I had for 4 days, basically I do Dave the Diver as well. So there's lots of stuff going on. We have the speedrun community that we're trying to work into more and show you some of our skills there with the Nintendo World Championships dropping in July, so make sure you look forward to that. Know that content will be coming as soon as we get an opportunity to get that to you, and it's been pre-ordered, so that there's that amazing stuff. But again, if you're just tuning in, we're about 2.5 hours behind our rival. We lost the Pac-Maniac Championship, which is the United States Eastern, United States Complete, and the United States, or the Global Championship. So since he took his Global Championship back, it disbanded that championship. So we no longer have the Triple Crown. We no longer have the Global Championship, and because we dictated that the one person that had the most money in the game was the $1 million champion, we definitely don't have that either. So we lost 3 of the 5 titles, and we're rapidly trying to get them back. All we have to do is pass our rival, who's 2 hours ahead, and all 3 of those championships come back to the Vid-Bits, and we can move on and try to get a bigger lead against the other person who is going for, again, we're the number 1 and number 2 player in the world at this game, and we're actively competing head-to-head right now, and trading the championship back and forth. So hopefully you're enjoying that. That's something new that you can get and exciting that you can get from Vid-Bits Esports, and it's completely free. If you're liking what you're seeing, we're working on a tip basis, or you liking, sharing, and subscribing. But we are actively competing as the former number 1 champion in the world against the number 2 champion in the world, and you're watching it live. So nobody else is giving you this type of thing right now for free at this level, and that's what makes Vid-Bits Esports so exciting and new. And we are happy to be at the forefront of trying to provide the best free entertainment on YouTube that is this scale and hopefully growing. So I'm Brian from the Vid-Bits. I hope that you're enjoying this. And man, I hope MintDaddyPig is enjoying his little bit of a lead, because the 2 hours that he has, and about an hour and 40, hour and 50 minutes, all he has to do is take a bathroom break, and that's a couple minutes. All he has to do is make a sandwich, and that's a couple minutes. All he has to do is take a phone call that makes him distracted. That's a couple minutes. And we're going to whittle away down the day and take the lead back, guys. Take our championship back. So hopefully you're excited as I am. It's not just me playing Pac-Man today. The chase is on. So I appreciate you guys. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Every moment that I don't activate the next button, I cannot gain a match. I gained a match, see? See, that's how exciting this is. I gained a match back, so now we closed the gap by 7 minutes. It's just whittling away, guys. It's stamina. And we slept when he was active, so now we have a little bit of hours on stamina too. It's a mind game, and me and MintDaddyPig, wherever he's from, wherever he is across the country, that is why this is an esport. We are actively trying to go against each other's schedules, and we do not know each other. We are competing against each other. How exciting is this, that there's this metaphysical pig that we're chasing that has the championship of the globe, and once we beat this person who's actively knowing that I am sitting here, we can feel the fact that each other is competing against each other, and we're not talking, we can't see each other, we can't see each other's play. He can see ours because we've been completely transparent and we've streamed every game. So it is one of the coolest, most active games going on right now on YouTube. So if you're not hip to it, I'm sorry, but please get yourself hip to it if you love competition in video games, where you can literally feel like you're standing in a virtual arcade right now and watching, the Vid-Bits and MintDaddyPig compete to see who's the best in the world at this Pac-Man game in 2024. So, again, if that's not interesting and different, then that's fine, because we're just a little bit different, but we try to be the best that we can be here in the game, and we try to change it. So, hopefully you guys are entertained. I'm entertained. I'm entertained now. I'm fired up. I was frustrated. I didn't want to seem like I was overproducing this in a way where it was intentional, but how can you produce somebody else that's across the world playing when they want to and actively competing against you? But it's because he's a gamer. Whoever MintDaddyPig is, they're a gamer, and they're hungry to be the best in the world. So we've let that pig gobble up the championship 2 times over the last 7 or 8 hours. So now we're going for our 3rd reign, but we're going to get it, guys. It's exciting for me. Hopefully it's exciting for you. Again, he's about 2 hours ahead of us. So the United States is about 2 hours behind of having all the titles again. I am sorry that I lost under the pressure on Memorial Day, guys. I didn't mean to buckle under the pressure. I'm sorry that life got on top of me, but once we get the title one more time, we can run away with it. His stamina is low, guys. I slept at the right time. He min-maxed up. He's been playing now for about 40 games. So, he played hard to get the championship, and then he didn't sleep hardly at all, and then he pushed another 20 to get it back, which was another 2 hours worth of play, and now he's actively defending it. So his stamina is low. Just imagine that his stamina is lower. That's where we're at. So when I say, Vid-Bits Esports, we are different, yeah, because we're providing this. We didn't do a pay-per-view format. We're not getting paid to do it. I am monetized with my son on this channel, so we are getting ad revenue. So please watch the ads when you're watching this. If you cannot afford to tip while you're watching this event live happening, just please watch the whole, watch the ads and everything, like, share, and subscribe, so people can know that you're supporting the Vid-Bits as we're doing this esport for you live right now, trying to gain the global championship back from MintDaddyPig actively in real time, as he's 2 hours, between an hour and a half and 2 hours ahead of us, and we have to actively push and play to be able to put the United States back on top of the world here. So nobody else is watching something like this for free, so if you are, just know that there's other people that do esports events where there's so much more promotion, but right now the only promotion we get is you guys. So if you're liking and sharing and subscribing this, you're seeing in an esports event that's 2 people are competing from 2 different countries to be the best in the world at a Pac-Man game right now live, and you are getting to see the best kept secret in YouTube, while I have the pressure of pushing up against and continuing to, as fast as I can, try to close the gap between the 20 games that he played after he took the championship while we were sleeping. So, it's exciting. It will only be like this for a while, and then I will push the 30 hours that he had in front of me, and then we'll see how hopeless it feels to him. We'll see how much he wants it, but I know that waking up 20 games behind, I felt something, but I know that when he had the championship, he was 200 games ahead, guys. We whittled away 200 games deficit in 4 days. So if we did not want this, we would not have it. If we did not want this, we wouldn't be in the conversation. That's why Kofi slowed down. He knew where this was headed. So if you guys want to see that, that's all on the road to #1. And obviously I'm now going to try to complete getting the title again, because he snagged it when we were sleeping. Because it was Memorial Day, so I went outside and enjoyed the sun a little bit. And now, MintDaddyPig decided to, treat it like a house show, where he rolled me up for the 24/7 championship, and that's fine. But you know, the Pac-Man Championship means so much more to me because it's the Triple Crown. It's the global, the United States Eastern and United States Championship combined, and I lost that now, and I've got it back, and I lost it again, and now I want to make sure that he feels the pressure as I put, you know, some pressure on him while he's at the end of whatever session he's in. And now that's 19 games, so he may have slowed down, guys. We're closing the gap, baby. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, guys. I hope that you're having a good time here. That metric means that we're now within 1,500, so now we're actually lower than an hour and a half. So we're actively making some moves. Again, I told you he could use the restroom, make a sandwich, be done for his day in the time zone he's in, and go to sleep. That's what he waited for us to do. So now we're going to go past that, get the belt back, and absolutely blow it out of the water. Like, share, and subscribe to support. Again, if you can tip, please do so, because we're working hard actively now, full time, to be the champ, and we're going to push the bounds of what Pac-Man can do. The goal is to hit 500,000 rating by July 4th, so we have about 36 days to do that, and I took almost 18 days to get 100,000, so the pressure's on to make it history and to show how much of a Pac-maniac we really are. I hope that you'll enjoy joining us every day as we do that, but until then, just know that there's much more great Vid-Bits action for you in all the playlists. We have Game of Day May, which we have a couple more days of left. There's a community poll about that. I highly suggest you look at that. Just give it a look, you know, see if you want to enjoy one of those options, but that'll be one of the days we have left in May. If not, we have a couple more days of other things planned. We're going to start busting out some speedrun tech and some leaderboard stuff that's not just this, just to show the acumen that we have here at Vid-Bits Esports, and letting you know that we're completely self-funded, self-starter, and we're out of fundage. So all we can do now is use the games that we have to show you and continue to bank great feats. So that's what we're doing, and so that's why I said we're supported by you guys completely now, and all of your tips and love and stuff goes towards getting the Nintendo Switch 2 when it's launched. And once that happens and we cash out, anything other than getting the Switch 2 and all the media and accessories that we need, all of the overflow goes back into the Vid-Bits Fun Club, when we will find out what you guys are doing, and we'll kind of put it to you guys as to how to divvy up the prize pool there of what's left, if there's anything left, and if not, you know, we'll let you know what percentage of everything you paid for, and if anything else, if we can just get the console and another controller predominantly paid for by you guys, obviously we'll still pick up a couple of the launch titles ourselves, and it'll still be a great starter pack instead of it being so not unattainable but pushed forward, because you know, we know new consoles are expensive, but we really want to have everything available to you so we can continue to show you the love of non-biased reporting through our gameplay that we do, and also be able to play the titles that you guys recommend when you recommend them. So that's going to be the future advantages of the Fun Club too, is that, you know, as much as we're using it for philanthropy and prize pools and stuff for you guys, and also is what banks the business as far as like being able to get the content that you want to see when you want to see it, even stuff that we necessarily don't want to play ourselves. You know, if there's a community drive for it, being able to just justify paying for it because it's your money too, as much as it is ours, and to pay for it and be able to just get it out there for you as quick as possible, instead of like being like, oh no, I can't really afford to do that because it's not going to have longevity as a project. We really want to do the stuff you want to see. That's as important as us doing the stuff that we want to provide for you. So hopefully you know that. But again, we're just now chasing the pig. We flipped the pig last night. We taunted him, pissed him off. You know, we are actively engaging in online combat with him, taunting him in our thumbnails, stuff like that, but also in a way we're giving him adoration and credit for that, because, you know, he may not be known as the former world champion to anybody else but us, but it's important that you know that that's part of what we're doing here, is we're trying to give credit to everyone, and, you know, like I said, like, the people that paved the way as well. So MintDaddyPig being the former global champion and continuing to taunt us online as well and face us as an amazing fun thing, to take a game that's normally just about playing Pac-Man and, you know, taking that leaderboard thing, and I really feel like I'm competing against somebody else in real life, like I would be if we were in an arcade. So you can quantify that if you have an imagination. I used to be a dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons, so I can now, I've told you exactly how far ahead I am. I used a hit points analogy when we were facing him. I tried to pretend that he was an in a role-playing game sense, he was real, intangible, and how many hit points he had before we were able to face him. Then I changed the game to how many steps to his door. You know what I mean? Like, I used ways to make this an amazing, fun game outside of just playing Pac-Man. So, you know, you can do that too, and you can compartmentalize this any way that you want. 18 games, that's great. We're continuing to push, so awesome. So 1400 EXP, so that's about, you know, if I'm doing the math, that's about an hour and 28 minutes now that we're behind. So we're doing great, guys. But you're seeing the chase. This is the chase. Nobody else is making Pac-Man this interesting except for Vid-Bits Esports. So, you know, we're doing that for the love of the game. Most people like getting ahead and they see the view, they're good with it. But like, nope, we're like, okay, let's hit 100,000 rating. That's called the cherry. So we gave us the cherry, look in the upper left corner. That's only because we have 100,000 rating. The only other person to do it is Mint. So we're, you know, when you hit 300,000 rating, you'll get the next fruit target. If you're listening to me, I'm going to say that that's the strawberry. So I have now made the new game within the game. I've added a dream on top of a dream. I wanted to be the world champion. No, I wanted to be the best in my area. I did that in the Eastern Division. I wanted to show I was the best in America. I did that completely grabbing America. Then I thought, man, what if I could be the best in the world? And I had to fucking grab my balls and jump, man. You go back and look at it. If anybody else saw somebody saying that there were over 24 hours and showing you the math, however, they were over 24 hours ahead of you, you just would have gave up and been like, okay, it's cool to be number 2. But I was like, no, this is my shot right now. And I sacrificed every human connection I have and strained every one of them to pull it off, guys. And I did it. So yes, it's so hard to be continuing to upset people, but now I'm in the conversation of the best in the world. And we're going to take it back from MintDaddyPig for not just me, not just you, not just America, but for all of the gamers that don't believe that anybody else can believe in them the way that they believe in themselves. And so, yeah, when they say move in silence, I love everybody that's been supporting this and everybody that will continue to support it. But if I don't move in silence, I feel like even though I'm trying to just explain it so that people can respect where I have to put my time in the day, being the best in the world at Pac-Man means so much more than just being number 1 on the leaderboard. It means getting the attention so I can use it for some catalyst for change. And I feel like adding the Vid-Bits onto the bill of esports, changing speedrunning culture and leaderboard culture so it's also in line with anti-gatekeeping so people can advance tech, and also exposing the gamers that are not getting the credit for them and finding the way to do that through this medium is just such a big a part of the story as any attempt to make money, which has never been about our ultimate mission at the Vid-Bits. It's always been about the gamers. So for all the gamers, we're going to keep pushing MintDaddyPig. We're going to take the global championship back. We're going to reunite the Pac-Maniac championship so it has the Eastern United States as a whole, global, the crown, which is the Pac-Maniac championship, and the $1 million championship, which means we have the most money in the game. We're going to take all those back today for the gamers and continue to push on the legacy of what Vid-Bits Esports is all about. And when you find out about us, we're ready to play ball. But if not, we're just a little bit different, and we're just going to stay in the game while you guys are in semi-retirement. So it is what it is. Don't think that you have to be bankrolled by millions of dollars to have an esports club. Me and Bray have enough accolades to launch some attention to it. World-class gamers now. World-class gamer at Pac-Man here. We're both world-class rankers at DuckTales speedruns, and it's one of the most loved games in the community. So that's just the beginning. Let's fucking go. And just don't doubt anybody, guys. I'm not doubting myself that the pig fucking is an hour and a half ahead of me, and I'm still gonna take the championship back for the Vid-Bits and for the whole fucking United States. So, you know, it's amazing. It's an amazing day. It's gloriously superb, and I am reining it in. So if you are along for the ride, along for the Pac-Mania, if you will, know that it's only my drive as a gamer to achieve greatness as a gamer, but also I have the motivation of the backs of all the gamers that are in the Vid-Bits Fun Club that want to see somebody achieve their dreams, which is to be the best in the world at Pac-Man, I guess, at this point, and to do it for me, but also to fucking do it for you guys. So let's see where we're at now. He keeps losing, so I'm telling you, we're winning, guys. We're fucking winning. We're winning at life right now. Let's do the math. I said we were about 2 hours behind, so now we can take the 104, 847 that he slowed down on, and we can look at the 103, 506 that we have, which is 1341. 1341 divided by 75 for a max win is just under 18 matches, and then 18 divided by 12 in an hour is an hour and a half. So we're in between 100. I'm sorry, an hour and 23 and an hour and 30 minutes behind. So that's where the math is, so that you know, so you can play along. And we're going to continue to min-max against him because he's slowed down. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. I think that it's an amazing opportunity to show you guys that you can do anything, and even if you're ahead in life, it's just how you basically respond to the setbacks that matter. So that's what we're doing. We're responding to losing the championship, and we're fighting back a little bit at a time while his fatigue is real. So this next match I'm going to move in silence, but again, an hour and 23 behind, guys. It's time for the Vid-Bits. It's okay, Skippy. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I was ready to give up, dude. Like, I was. But then I finally have gotten through to some people in my city, and like they're literally starting to send me DoorDash to my house. Like, they're sending me care packages now. Like, people, this is bigger than, it's finally like, it's bigger than me, and it's bigger than the Vid-Bits Fun Club. It's bigger than Vid-Bits Esports. All these things are coming out of fucking nowhere. Like, it's getting to the point where it's like somebody set fire to like the fucking field and it's all catching on fire now. But it's in like a good way. But like, if I can't rein it in, it's just, it's affecting me and Braden personally because of how big everything's fucking scoping out. But like, I don't know. Like, I want things to be, I know that you're in the ground floor of something bigger too, and I think that you know that too, but we're like we're so close to going fucking viral right now. And I'm just also, I want to make sure that that when I say that I'm humble and appreciative and thankful, and I feel fucking blessed that you guys know that it's not a gimmick, like, but I don't want this to tear me and Bray apart. I need the money for a second streaming setup. The Vid-Bits have now outgrown what we have, and I've now quit my full-time job for the next 8 weeks to go all in on the company, and I guess I can't ask people for money because I'm putting all the money into the fun club to make sure we get the Switch 2, and I'm not going back on that, but we need this other capture card. I got somebody that's trying to get us some more laptops so I can look through them and find the next one that I can get the station set up with, but unless we have a second streaming setup, this is going to keep happening, and it's going to mess up his Elden Ring conquest. And as much as this is also a pitch to Bandai Namco to get us a sponsorship so you guys can stop having to put all your money into the fun club, like, I know that the sponsorship also will look attractive to them, that we're trying to do with 2 of their IPs, these crazy big and huge things that we started so early. There's no way we could have, like, assumed that they were going to line up. Like, Braden being now halfway through his conquest and starting Elden Ring, like, it lined up where, like, unfortunately it's interfering with me keeping this streak that I wanted to keep for you guys for this. So, like, yeah, I lost it back on Memorial Day, but it was so important to me that I kept it from his 44th birthday to his 45th birthday, and I was about 2 days away from pushing there, and I put so much pressure on him. I put pressure on me as a producer. I don't think that people realize for us, this is a lot more than just recording video gameplay and throwing it up on YouTube. We try to be producers of this shit. And I think that that's why people like Skippy get it, people like Matthew get it, people like, you know, Pink Panther get it, and they come in to support us. But, like, you know, I've seen smaller channels now in the last couple of days that I know have these type of support systems, and that's why they're even trying. But, like, we have such a big support system that is, like, on the outside. It's like, it's almost 2,700 people. And I know that some of those people are finally starting to get a transfusion where it's people that were in here for the wrong reasons now getting switched out for people that are coming for the right reasons. But it's been so fatiguing over 2 years to wait and just be starving and then to get monetized, and then, like, now, like, okay, now I want to make sure that we're responsible with the monetization so that we're transparent about what we're doing with the money. And I thought it was great that, you know, as a content creator, to make it so that you guys would have some sort of say with that money and be able to feel like, you know, when there's a prize pool, that you guys get something out of it, so that all the people that are super chatting, donating, and joining the membership tiers, that's all still kind of going back in your pocket. Yeah, we're going to get 20% of it, 10% tip for Braden, 10% tip for me, but 80% back in your guys' pockets, so that you guys will be able to say, hey, play this niche game that we don't necessarily want to play, but we can afford to buy it. Or, hey, let's do a bounty and then actually have the prize pool to pay it. Because when we start pulling this esports league shit even further out, like, we're going to want to have prizes for these bounties and stuff. But then I'm stressing about not letting Braden have his Elden Ring time so that he gets a good enough foothold in his game, while I'm trying to keep a global championship and a streak going, when I could easily just not worried about it and just keep doing this and taking it back 2 hours at a time. But then by the time it's all said and done, I'm gonna have like 70,000 reigns like Ric Flair. Like, I wanted it to be like quality and not quantity, and now, like, but also I'm producing this as a game. Like, sorry, Mint, this is a fucking game to me. Like, when I get tired of this game, I'm going to just destroy you, like you almost destroyed my hopes of being 30 hours of fucking head and making this impossible to get the belt back. Like, that's where it is. Everything was happy until we started, like, spreading things out, because we're, like, fleshing things out as a very fledgling company. And then, unfortunately, because it went from just playing games 2 years ago every day and having fun and recording it, to putting stress on us to, like, structure it as a company, because we're in the growing pains of that, it's stressful right now. I still think it's fun, but because we're just now trying to structure the programming block and everything else, once everything, in the next couple of days, once everything settles, and I think that everybody's starting to catch on, the algorithm's starting to catch on to what we do, it's going to be completely fine again. But because we're, like, now in the throes of structuring our company, and we just had, like, a business meeting for the first time in 3 weeks that we've needed to have for 3 weeks, because we haven't been able to slow down on our gaming goals, it's been stressful. But I'm telling you, like, having stress about playing video games is the best stress I could possibly have. I mean, imagine how much stress you have if you're a programmer and you have deadlines to hit. I'm just putting myself under pressure here with some of these deadlines and everything else, but I scoped it out so far away that now I'm not stressed about the end goal, but I'm stressed because the goal had to change, because unfortunately me and Braden having one streaming setup to do this on has made it so it's been difficult. Once we have another streaming setup too, none of these stressors that you may be perceiving as things that making it not fun will exist, because we'll be able to not interfere with each other's schedules. But because we've been running off of one setup and then sleeping in alternating cycles and doing community outreach and everything in alternating cycles. If he's in the middle of something that's lengthy, it's hard because then I know how much time I have. And this is also intersecting with this Project Game a Day May, where we have to play a different game every day within a 24-hour metric to keep that streak going. And we already did one whole season last year, and we're almost through this season. So everything, monetization, all these feats, all these things have all come together like lightning in a bottle, so to speak, in the month of May. And if it wasn't the month of May, we would not have this much pressure on us. That's the only reason why it's appearing this way, because again, last year, you know, we tried to beat a game every day, and we did every day in the month of May, and it was stressful because I would come home from my shoot job, have 2 hours to film it, we had technical issues every day, and we still pulled it off. So like, it's stressful, and it seems like it's not fun sometimes if I'm stressed, but it's only because right now I know we're about to get over the hill. It's like, you know, it's like being stressed because you spent all the time you know, stenciling out the perfect picture and somebody's going to tattoo it on you, but now you're just anticipating that needle hitting your skin and getting the work done. So we're right fucking there. We got the beautiful picture painted. We know it. You guys are knowing it. We fucking are ready for the thing to be laid down, fresh ink to be laid, but we just have to get over this last fucking hill. And you know, it's been rough. It seems like it's a lot rougher than it should be, and for that, I'm sorry. Yeah. It was stressful because I wanted for Memorial Day, again, not to be overly patriotic, but I wanted to keep it for America from Memorial Day through 4th of July. That was my thing. As a patriot thing, as a stinkfist to Mitchell. I'm not trying to bring up somebody's name too much, but Mitchell and the Pac-Man record and what he did in '99. It's 25 years later, and I want to put a memorable fucking Pac-Man record up that people are going to be able to remember instead of the Mitchell thing. And that's what we're in the process of doing. We're going to have 500,000 rating by 4th of July. So you guys, everybody will be able to think, instead of thinking about what he did at Fun Spot 25 years ago, which was not the world's first perfect Pac-Man, it was the world's most recorded perfect Pac-Man, and advertised perfect Pac-Man. I'm trying to give fucking Bandai Namco something to look at that's amazing that has to do with Pac-Man, and then throws of his 44th birthday, that's going to be like, when I do this again and do it bigger and better for his 45th birthday, that 4th of July, we're going to live in infamy as the fucking Vid-Bits. I have bigger and better plans for us than being #1 in the world even. So that's why I put the stress on myself, because it has to be that way in order for this to fucking happen, man. And we're going to fucking rock this place like nobody's ever seen, and they're going to be like, damn, dude, I want to be a part of Vid-Bits Esports, because we're accessible. We're not going to be those people that are not fucking accessible to you guys. We're going to be the company that's super accessible, and it's fucking fun, and you guys are like excited to be you know, get recognized from your fucking couch that you spent your ass all the time on, you know, not just sitting on your ass, but you fucking were a great gamer, and I'm calling you out because I'm playing that game too. And it's just Pac-Man right now. In July, it's going to be Nintendo World Championships, and I cannot wait to put the fucking Vid-Bits in the top 10 of the fucking Nintendo World Championships. So people just don't get it. They just don't get it, but Skippy gets it. So that's why, like, when I'm not grounded, because Skippy's not here, and Skippy, you can't live online full time, but when you're here, I fucking get rejuvenated. When you're not here, I fucking, like, unfortunately, because me and Bray are right at the point where we're about to break through, we are still doubting ourselves while everything's fucking coming full force towards us, and everybody and every metric says that we're about to succeed. So if you guys want to see the Vid-Bits get over the finish line, we need your heels. We need tips when it makes sense, but we need fucking your heels. We need you liking, sharing, and subscribing the content. We need you guys getting people in on the conquests and knowing what we're putting into these journeys, and know that the stresses that we're putting under ourselves are the same stresses we would put on ourselves as just gamers without recording the footage for you guys. All we're doing, the only difference is you're fucking seeing it live. That's it. So if it seems stressful, yep, because gamers put stress on themselves, and that's why we do amazing things. If it seems stressful now, it's like, yep, because you guys have been watching us live our lives on YouTube for 2 years, but now people are just now paying attention for the last 3 weeks. We've been monetized for a little over 2 months, barely had any traction. But the last 3 weeks, every fucking metric of validation has come our way, and it's been hard not to be fucking like cocky about it. And the world and the universe has continued to humble us in those ways, and that's what these things are. It's little snafus between me and Bray behind the scenes that are just us ironing out the details that, unfortunately, even if you're amazing in an amazing business with somebody that's a great partner, you still have extra stressors if that person happens to also be your son. So, you know, into that, I apologize to Bray, but I know that we're gonna iron it out, and it's just like growing pains, man. You get growing pains, it fucking hurts. You hope somebody comes in and rubs your legs or your arms and gives you a little bit of sympathy, because we all go through it. But at the end of the day, you're still in the bed crying to yourself and hoping to God that it'll stop. But even at the most joyous, it's still one of those things that you still have to go through in order to fucking experience things, and also in order for you to appreciate them. So I fucking appreciate the Vid-Bits. I appreciate everybody in the fun club. I appreciate being the champion. And now, when I get it back, I will appreciate the Pac-Man Championship, the Pac-Manian Championship even more, because obviously Mint Daddy cares about it, and he cared about it when he had a 30-hour head start. And now I gotta chase it down so that we don't have to fucking worry about stressing anybody out again. But man, I just need the second streaming setup. I just need another capture card. I got somebody that's looking into laptops today, and we're gonna fucking get this going, guys. Like, we're not gonna stop just because Mint wants to take the championship back from us. But that's the Vid-Bits championship. I didn't just grab that for me, I grabbed that for you. So I take it fucking personally that he has it. I do. I take it more personally than somebody else having my personal record on a fucking leaderboard. This dude wants it as much as I do, and I want it for you guys. So 1006 is the math, and we're going to divide that by 75. That's 1341. So 13.41. And we can do 12 of those in an hour. We are about an hour and 10 minutes, guys. So about an hour and 10 minutes, I'm going to say. So I put it up in chat. It's about 60 to 70 minutes to the title fight, guys. Catch you up in chat. That was epic as fluff. Skippy says you can do it right now. We're all figuring it out. I couldn't care what's happening with the money. I don't know right now, but since at the beginning I have reason to not be worried. As long as you guys are happy and safe, have security and finance, and keep making vids, I'm content. Growing up as a kid, I learned that materialistic things are one of the time spent enjoying yourself with people and communities you care about. That's true, but for now, there isn't that big of a difference between you and the piggy, but now the grind is even more stressful because I can see he realized that he has been dethroned, so I know he's working extra. Yeah. But he says with the journey, and guys, Braid's the end of the Captain America quote. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your kind words, Skip. It means the world to us, and it's very motivating. Again, we're actively competing against the person that dethroned us. At the beginning of the session, he was a couple hours ahead. Now we've almost closed the gap by half. He realized that we took the title from him, so he took it back when we were sleeping, and now we're trying to take it back. So there is stakes here, guys. I know it's just like, oh, they're going for a leaderboard score, oh, number 1 and number 2, but yeah, number 1 and number 2 are, you know, if it's cocky or whatever, we're fighting for higher stakes than the rest of the Chomp champs in this game, guys. We're fighting for global and world dominant supremacy. So hopefully you guys are enjoying watching this live title opportunity. I'm training to get up to the competition here. When I get right up to the door, I will cut this stream and start a new thumbnail, and then do the title fight, and then see how far I can push the defense before I have to move on to Game of Day May. And then obviously Bray will be in with some more of his conquest with Elden Ring now, because he's halfway through. So now he's on to Elden Ring. So yeah, the Vid-Bits programming doesn't stop. It's just a little bit more crunched until we get a second streaming setup so that we don't step on each other's toes, because unfortunately things are getting a little hairy in the office for that reason, and it's only that reason. I hope that you guys apologize if there's long pauses in between certain things, or if it seems like the gameplay is a little bit not actuated at times, because there is a little bit more technical stuff going on in the office nowadays, you know, with the public appeals for sponsorship for brands like Jinko and Bandai Namco and stuff like that. We also appealed to Moist Esports, and you know, that's important to us to continue to show up and show out for those people. But the stresses is just strictly because the office needs to expand a little bit, and we're trying to not make that your problem. So sorry for that, and yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's just growing pains with any new business. When you go from just being able to do it casually is the fun thing to realizing it's expanded to the point where you can do it full time. It's a little intimidating because you're still running and being self-funded, and then telling the people that are giving them money that they're still not going to take it, so I don't really know. But like I said, I'm being supported by somebody in my own city. So Sydney, thank you so much again for the other care package. I was really sad last night, so getting a bag of treats and a bag of candy sent to the lab was awesome. It made me really feel accomplished as a gamer, that there's somebody else that could be possibly watching what we do and, you know, be motivated enough to support us in that way. So thank you very much, Cindy. It's been delicious. So thank you very much. Skipping the streaming situation stress is not for your end. It's so that me and Braden are not creatively hindered by each other's streaming schedules, because now it is the point where people tune in to just see him, people tune in to just see me, and people tune in to see both of us. And when we created that dynamic, 2 years ago, that wasn't the dynamic intentionally, and now 3 weeks ago, in order to keep the content flowing and to keep us motivated against the backs of each other's accomplishments, we put that pressure on each other. And now it's making it so I don't feel creatively fulfilled if I'm blocking what he needs to do, and vice versa. And the only way to solve that is to get another streaming setup, because if not, the only arguments that we're having is regarding it. So I don't want to break the team up or frustrate the team because we're having arguments about that. So that's literally what it is. It's not that I want to do it because I greedily want to create more content, because there'll be still times, once Game of Day May hits, we're planning on having a day where you see me stream Chomp Champs one session, you see him stream his Conquest one session, and the rest of the day is just like an empty day for your feed so we can all catch up. But Game of Day May, we're committed to doing a different game every day. And like, there was days that his conquest was lining up, I had to push to make sure I stayed ahead of Pig, and all that at the same time, and that's what's causes stressors. Like, I mean, then a couple of my losses have been like business meetings that I've not been able to pay attention to the screen, and if I had that out of this half of the lab and I had that separated, it would be so much easier for us to create the content. So like, the whole thing is like, again, not even e-begging to get it done because it's only a couple $100, but like, I'm just trying my best to not sell the collection that we're going to be using to do physical, you know, media reviews in the future, and then I'm just going to have to buy this shit back because some of it's in the backlog that we're planning on doing content. So it's all those things where it's not trying to sacrifice materialistic things or whatever. There's a difference between people that are going to get a gaming wall because they want an attractive backdrop, and we literally have a gaming wall because it's stuff that we want to play and we're passionate about, and I've had to rebuy this shit so many fucking times, and it looks like I'm just going to have to do it again because, again, I quit my job for 8 weeks to go all in on our company. So if it doesn't work, then I'm just going to be back to fucking slinging pizzas or making burgers or something while we're still grinding. Like, I'm still not going to give up. I know that we're on the precipice of it now, but it's like when I push to beat Pig, I'm just going all in on us completely full time for the next 8 weeks. So I need another streaming setup if anything else, so that for 8 weeks I can see what I can produce on my own time to add to the channel, to also make it so Braden can then just jump onto a console and then produce at the pace that he wants to, whenever he wants to, and see what he can do for a 2-month trial period without having the pressures of knowing how he can schedule it around my day. It'll literally just also show me what he will do on his own when the lab is a little bit more disconnected, because he's out there figuring out life and he's doing this as a full-time job too. But you know, until we get monetized, unfortunately, he's about at the point where he's not trying to overextend himself with the Vid-Bits, because he knows he's going to have to potentially just gravitate back to getting a job too. And the world is like with me, like society doesn't like to play nice with empaths. Like, they like to use us like fucking batteries. Like, he doesn't work well with that, because at the end of the day, he was that kid that wanted to know how he could fix things and not why it was technically fucked up. So a lot of actual, what I've said, schmo or shoot jobs are technically fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, when you're trying to run some staffing situation that should require 12 to 16 people, and then you fucking keep firing everybody, and that won't like play ball, and then fucking have a 16-person staff being ran by fucking the same 6 people, and then getting mad when nobody will cover each other and everybody keeps calling off. Like, that's not just where he came from. That's every fucking job now. Nobody wants to work. It's all quiet quitting. That's why it was so easy for me to go back from my schmo job and just to come into Vid-Bits and just like, yeah, let's put our fucking nose to the grindstone when you're off, because this is bullshit. So I was like, yeah, quit that job, quit the shitty job he had. They were mentally abusing him because like the person that was in charge of him just didn't like their life. And I was like, don't fucking do this and get locked into this for the rest of your life. He's got an IT degree. Who's doing dishwashing, which is fine because that's fucking respectful that you're going in there, but he wasn't even respected for the dishwashing that he was doing, and it was a hard place to do dishwashing at. So, you know, I was like, yes, please, as a full-time, we're full-time YouTubers, but now we just now got monetized like 3 months ago, but we were seeing pennies a day, and then 2 months ago, still pennies a day, and now this month, it's just fucking like, it's went times 5. So, to me, if I don't go full in for 2 months to see what I can produce with it, it would be a wasted opportunity to see if we can push us past the finish line. But I'm also trying to like not give up to the point where Braden thinks that, you know, man, now we both don't have jobs and we don't know what we're gonna do. But like, man, when they say that you have to go in on yourself and bet on yourself, that's where we're fucking at right now, Skip. Like, we're literally on the bet on ourselves part, and it looks so scary to everybody else because it looks like I'm setting a horrible example for him. I'm just letting him just know that he can just do nothing with his life, that I'm doing nothing, that he's doing nothing, that we're inspiring nothing, that everything that we're doing is just a fucking joke. So like, besides me competing with Pig, like, that's why I know, since it's scaling out in a big way and the people that really it's connected to what's going on is receiving it that way, that the fucking people around me that still doubted, like, it's just a part of the story of whether or not I still can persevere. I look at myself at the end of the day, look at myself in the mirror and say, Brian, what do you want? Do you want to be Pac-Man world champion? Yes, but what else do you want? I want to change the fucking gaming culture, and if anything else, that'll make me feel like my life is fucking worthwhile, and luckily I get to do that with Braden. But if I don't get this second streaming setup soon, then it's going to be like I have to stop for a couple weeks to make sure that he's got his pacing for his conquest and shit, and then I'll have literally wasted time that I've taken off from working anywhere else to push this forward. And so now that whole stressor is like, why didn't I just get the streaming set up together before I fucking quit the job for 8 weeks? And it's because I was trying to keep the streak from Pig, and then that fucking, I lost that anyway. So I'm not trying to make gaming this complicated on purpose. I really just want you guys to see that I'm putting myself under unsurmountable pressure to be the best in the world at Pac-Man, so that it can also be vicariously the jumping off point for something bigger. I'm using this as the big bang for our esports league, the big bang for our brand, and it's more stressful than I want it to be, but it's not because I'm playing the Pac-Man. It's because I just don't want to disappoint anybody, and I'm trying to be everything to everyone. So, that being said, don't pour from an empty cup today. Give yourself a hug, love yourself. I'm only 10 wins behind, so let's go ahead and do the math. You do the math. No, let's do the math. 4847 minus 3991, that's 856. 856 divided by 75 per win, that's 11.41 wins. And then, of course, 12, which is an hour, divided by 11.41, which means, you know, we have about I don't know, about 50 minutes to the title fight. So we'll say that. You're fine, Skippy. It's totally cool, man. Totally respect the grind, bro. You're the best, Skippy. You didn't have to do that, bud. It really does motivate me. That's so fucking awesome of you, man. Again, thank you very much for contributing to the Fun Club, fucking contributing towards the Switch 2. So we really appreciate it, dude. It is very motivating, knowing that when we get that console, that the Fun Club funded it. So all of the future reviews that we'll do on it was because you guys did that. So again, thank you very much.
gonna fall off, baby.
Dude. Chief, just chill out. Okay, I'm just saying, like, there's other places you could do that. I love you, don't get mad about it. This dog literally does not like being called out on shit. You've never seen a Siberian Husky and you call him out on shit. Like, if he farts and you say, "You just fart," he looks at you like you called a human out. Like, he is so offended. It's hilarious. Oh, he's just sitting here. He's mad because Bray's doing shit today. So Bray's not here, so he's bummed about that. And then, like, he just was sitting on the couch in the lab, and he's just, like, he's chilling and vibing with me and stuff, but he knows I've just been frustrated the last couple of days, especially because just, not just the pig, it's just been a little bit rough because, like, I mean, it is lightning in a bottle around here. So, like, things are really close to popping off for us, and we're just trying to stay the course, and it's just like shit. You know, so. Alright guys, the title fight will be at 10. I know that we got 5 people in here, so hopefully you guys will be hyped up to come back for the title fight. So give me about 5 minutes to refresh the thumbnail, and we will go in and take the freaking global championship back from this guy. And I have no idea where he's from, but he taunted the shit out of us last night. Took it back, just to give you the lineage here. We had it for a couple days after we marched to it. We lost it at May 27th at 8:05 p.m. We won it back last night at 1:30 a.m. We lost it again about 5 a.m. EST this morning, and now we are on the precipice of taking it. So, yeah, this is just a little bump in the road, but we're about to get it back for the 3rd time here at about 10 a.m. EST. So, I appreciate you guys. Mint, if you can hear this and you can feel this reverberation in the universe, man, you better have enjoyed the last couple hours with my belt, because the Vid-Bits are coming back for it. We're coming hard. Phrasing, boom. But we're gonna regain the global championship, reunited into the Pac-Maniac championship, regain our $1 million championship, all that stuff and more. Coming up at 10 a.m. EST. Stick around, and we will be right back, guys. So I hope that you guys appreciate all the effort we're putting forth for you. But it's Brian from the Vid-Bits, and we'll see you in just a little bit for the title fight for the global championship of Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle Chomp Champs from our good friends at Bandai Namco Entertainment Incorporated. Until then, I'll see you in just a little bit, and we will be right back in about 10 minutes. So see you in 10.